Hey guys, welcome back! Building Big with City Skylines, Episode 6. I'm Enigmaeus, and today we're continuing with the transformation of roads, because it seems to be working for us. Now, I have a confession to make. After all the excitement in the last episode, we went up to the next level of township, whatever that was. I don't know the name, and I don't particularly care. I exited the game without saving, so I had to redo everything we did. I had to redo these roads so that they're now the two-way roads with the forked intersections, so that traffic moves much faster than if they were just two-way roads intersecting with anything else. And I also went ahead and I did the same thing up here, which is basically upgrading the road from a one-way to a two-way, and then just adding the forks. And then over time in the background, I'll basically be doing that to all of these roads, because we'll just let it go for a minute here at maximum speed, and you can see the traffic going through these intersections. And the one thing that I want to point out to you is that it doesn't matter how much traffic there is or where it's going, nobody ever stops. And that's the whole idea. The reason why we originally started with the one-way roads and doing that is because it seemed like it would be easier to manage the intersections, but it wasn't worth the disruption to traffic to only have it going one way. So when we upgraded to two-lane roads with the forks, so that instead of coming to an intersection and stopping to check for traffic or being stopped by traffic lights, people just merge. If they want to get off this road and go back this way, they just merge. And if they want to come off this road and get onto this one, they just merge. It's so quick and easy, and it works very, very well for keeping the traffic under control. So just to clear up any confusion, why did we start with one-way roads? It was an experiment to see if it would work better. We've seen the experiment, we've seen that certain parts of it worked, so we're keeping the parts that worked and we're getting rid of the parts that didn't, by upgrading the main lines to two-lane roads with the forks instead of just generic intersections. Now, one thing that we have to do before we continue, obviously, is address this power issue, which we're going to do immediately with the snazzy new super high-tech advanced wind turbines that we got for moving up. And we're not going to put it so close to the sewage outflow just because we're eventually going to need another sewage outflow pipe, and I'd like to keep them as close together as possible. But that's going to work right there. Now, what we really need to be focusing on for today is, go figure, more roads. We need to, now that we have the highway, the one-way highway, we need to upgrade our traffic circle. We need to fix this little bulge here. We're going to get rid of this stuff, and then we're going to extend the one-way highways out this way, regardless of how many houses we have to demolish or how many businesses we have to send to the pits of bankruptcy, so that we can expand our city when the time comes out here, out this way. Because right now we've taken this great little thing where everyone can come off of the highway between other cities and come down here, and then in order to get anywhere, it's kind of a roundabout route no matter what we chose. So we're gonna fix that post haste, and the easiest way to do that, we're gonna de-zone all of this in here. Look at all this street parking basically in the one-way off-ramp leading back to the highway. People are just parking on the side of the highway so that they can come here and do their shopping. Maybe not the best. We have to take a certain amount of responsibility for that as the city planners. So we'll get rid of that, and then we're going to go over to the roads and the highways and the 6-lane one-way road. Is that the one we want? Highway, 3-lane one-way road, suitable for connection to population centers. I think this is the one that we want. We're going to find out. 3 lanes one way sounds like just the thing we're looking for. Can we kind of do like a merge sort of thing? That would be my preferred kind of scenario, is if we could. I prefer to have it coming at kind of like a soft curve as opposed to just a straight line, but I don't think it's going to work that way for us. So we will just go like this, like all the other cool kids. And that seems to be exactly what we're looking for. Not only that, but it matches with the road that it's coming from, so that's kind of cool. And then we can go like this. So we're losing lanes, but it's not creating intersections like it was before. Like, this used to be a controlled intersection because of the way everything worked. And now it's basically a stop sign here for people. Is that even a 2? No, apparently there's a stop sign here for no reason. It's warning people who are driving illegally up this way on the one-way road to stop before they turn right onto there. I guess it's fine. It's not a big deal, but that's exactly what we were looking for, is that change to the donut so that we can actually get some things done. Now, this area in here, unfortunately, despite the fact that it's got some fairly large buildings going for it, is just in the way for right now. And we'll keep the small brush just so that I can get into the corners and stuff without wiping out things that I don't want to wipe out. And we'll just kind of get in here, we'll dezone it. And then we don't have to worry about any "you can't build here, there's something already there" messages when we're getting everything else laid out. And then, look at all these cars. Look at all these guys, and just blam, like that. They got nothing. That's sadly appealing to do that. I could do that all day, I think, almost. And then, what do we want? We don't want the upgrade, we want this guy. So this guy is going to be the return. You've done whatever it is you came to our fair city to do, and now you're returning back from wherever you came from. These guys are in kind of a strange position. But that's okay. And then this is going to be you're just arriving to our fair city. And we hope you enjoy your stay. That should be okay. All this stuff in here again is in the way. You might be looking at what I'm doing and saying, what in the hell are you doing all that for? There may be a method to my madness. We haven't decided yet. But we just know that if we do this now, it's better than doing it later. Because if we let these things develop into really well-developed things that people were happy with, and it was a developed neighborhood with parks and places where your dog could like go poo every time he goes because he just knows that's his spot to poo, then it's a little bit more of a hardship to completely dezone their property and take everything away from them. Like the despots that we are. So we'll make sure that all this is gone. And that was bulldozed. So now actually we could bulldoze this guy and this guy and this guy. Just bulldozed the road in front of these people's houses, and they were happy about it. I think we've attracted the wrong element to our city with all the frequent bulldozings and property destruction that has become so much our MO. I kind of want this, actually, let's turn snap back on. I kind of want this straight coming through there. Now they're mad. Now they realize what I just bulldozed all those houses to do, and that's to put a one-way road that's going completely the wrong way. Upgrade and R cannot upgrade. Oh wait, yeah, right click. That's what we want. And then this guy is... we don't know what this guy is trying to do. Now I'm okay with leaving kind of a wide gap between these two guys. We're going to bring it in a little bit, I think, so that they... actually, you know what? We are going to straighten this out. While we're here, while we're doing it, we might as well straighten it out. I was going to leave it, but then I looked up here and I found out there's like just the slightest bit of an elbow, and that's why we're getting that gap that's widening. So we're going to go like this, and don't save your smiley faces until you see what I'm doing, people. Because the last time you did that, you acted all happy, and then when you realized what I was doing, you're all mad. So just save it. And I guess we're going to have to get rid of these guys too. That's okay. That's okay. We can fix it. We have the technology. And right there. That's not bad. There's a tiny little bit of a bend in the road there, and I can't even tell if it's actually a bend in the road or just a change in elevation. But whatever it is, it's not bad. And we're getting almost to the end of places that we have to bulldoze to make this all work. And then we'll extend this guy, hopefully mostly straight. Like so. Yeah, that's fairly reasonable. I kind of, it looks like it's widening a little bit. They're moving apart from one another ever so slightly, but I'm okay with that. And what I need to do now is we're just going to get rid of this last little section of road, so that we can push these through, and then we'll connect everything back up and we'll let it go, and we'll see. That's not necessarily bad the way it was bending like that, but it's also not exactly what we were looking for either. We will kind of say go ahead like so, and that way for the time being, while we're working on expanding, working in the commercial area, we're going to have to do some road work in the industrial area, all this stuff in here. At least the traffic can come in, get where they want to go, and then get back out, and then when we're ready to expand, we just remove this and we expand the things out whatever way we want. And when we do this part here, we're going to get rid of this sort of elbow thing because the roads are going to come right through it. So we know that ahead of time before we get too carried away. Let's wow, do we take the risk? I think we do. What we're going to do is we're going to get rid of that guy and that guy, probably that guy and that guy, and then we're going to start by setting it to the one-way roads, and we want it on bendy and without the snapping, because the snapping sometimes is just, sometimes it's fantastic and other times it's infuriating, and I'm kind of learning when to use it and when not. So that looks fairly reasonable. I kind of already feel like because when it runs by, it's not going to hit the road, but it is going to hit the back of these lots, I think. We're going to set it to straight, and we're going to set snapping on, and then we're going to run it like this. Yeah, just like that. So that was our little experiment, and it taught us that we're close, but we're not exactly where we want to be, because if we let it go and everything does what it wants to do, we're going to end up with some very unhappy people on account of the fact that we're still going to have to de-zone their lots in order to get the road to come through straight the way we want it. So we're keeping just temporarily with the one-way roads, and we'll kind of bring it down like so, back to the bendy with snapping off, and we'll go like that, a little bit up and around like that. That's a bit better, and the road will be able to pass through without any difficulty. That's good. This, before we develop it, we're going to upgrade it to two-way roads, and we're going to do the fork thing, but just to keep things simple, rather than having half of it two-way and half of it one-way, we just kept it one-way for now, and the upgrade is free, so it's not like we're losing out on anything by doing it this way to start. But what we do have to do is reconnect all of these shenanigans, and man, do we have a lot of shenanigans to reconnect in here. Actually, it's not too bad, but we're going to do, again, just because it's what we're working with here. Oh, we want it straight. We don't want it's too short to worry about making it bendy. And it's trying to say, no, we don't want to do it that way. And I'm saying, yes, you're going to do it exactly the way I told you to. And then we're going to... Can we turn it? What's going on here? Oh, we have to do the upgrade thing. And then we go like that and then turn it. There we go. So that's going to be... weird. Very weird. What direction is this going? Yeah, it's coming up this way, so we're gonna have... There's no way to get into this loop. Wow. It's a good thing we decided to take a closer look at what we were doing, because there's no real way to get into this loop. I don't think. Wait. You can go this way, and then it can go like that. But as far as the loop itself, I don't even know which direction it's going. I just know that it wants to go this way, and at the same time we got stuff coming in this way, so it's... We'll fix it. I think next episode is when we're going to fix that. So we're going to end up with a higher demand for commercial. We're just going to let it sit until we can set it up properly. We're going to end up revamping this area in here, and that's fine. And we have our residential area set up. We've got the power connected for expansion. And I think we should just let it go for a second and see how many people flee from the city. I know we just did a number on the commercial area. We lost a number of commercial buildings because of the changes that we made for this. But what we really want to see is how the traffic is flowing through the circle. And since the residential area is the one that's... oh, look what we found. We found a catastrophe in the making. But that's okay, because we found it. And we'll go like that. and you can merge with your pal. Don't bend there. It says it's turning this way, and it's not. It can't turn that way because it's a 3-lane one-way highway. It can only turn that way. Let's see how many people get snarled up in this. And while we're waiting for our first victims, did someone seriously go? I was looking down at the menu and I thought I saw someone go the wrong way down the highway. I don't think it would let anyone do that. But we'll replace these. I kind of expect that these houses here, this area and this area here, are going to end up just a little bit of commercial off the highway because of the noise pollution. But we'll just kind of keep an eye on it. Lots of people parking on the street, which is not necessarily the best. But in the absence of parking lots and finished houses with garages, it's kind of necessary. We'll pretend that they're all just construction crews finishing off all of this tremendous growth. So you can see we're getting a reasonable number of people in to the city from outside, and they're coming in and they're just kind of zipping along through the circle to wherever they need to go. People that are in the residential area that are driving around seem to be having a pretty decent time of getting around. And again, nobody's stopping. Nobody stops unless they're parking, and it's fantastic. It's probably the best thing in the city right now. We're having problems now with garbage, but it's not because this guy can't get garbage trucks to his area. It's probably because both of our garbage lots are pretty near full. Let's see. Let's turn this off. Garbage trucks in use, 0 of 15, 30% full. 30% full, 0 of 15 in use. I wonder if they're just on strike because they have to drive so far to get anything done. So we're going to continue, like I say, probably a little bit off to the side, reworking. Yeah, I think the garbage trucks are having a difficulty getting into the residential area. I'm going to take a look at that sort of behind the scenes. We'll see what's going to be involved to fix the issue of the garbage trucks reaching their destination. Everything kind of wrecked when we did this here, but that's fine because we can fix it. And then once we get everything sorted, we can move on and continue to expand our city because we're making money. Our population is growing slowly but steadily, and we've got all kinds of space to use, and then we've got all kinds of spaces that we can expand into. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm enjoying it. If you have any questions about what I'm doing, please feel free to leave them. I know some things are a little bit unconventional, but that's how we learn. We try things and we see how they work, and then change things if the things we tried aren't working. So if you want to be notified when I add this and more videos, you can always subscribe to my channel or follow me on social media. Links for social media always in the information section below the video. Please leave your comments and feedback. Thanks for watching, guys, and take care.